But I want you to understand that you have many ways. I'm telling you that you can really find an easy way to make your life easier, man. If you're a father, if you're a mother, if you have a nephew, if you have a niece, if you want to just watch cartoon with them, Paw Patrol, put it in English. You're going to learn a lot. Yeah, there are different levels, but they will identify themselves with the cartoon they want to watch. And naturally, you're going to learn a lot. I still learn a lot in English, as I learn a lot in Portuguese. I students said, oh, Fabio, you know what? Why do you always speak English with your son? It's very logical, because I want him to just be fluent. When you know English, English is English is a door that you can travel around the world. You can really have a good job. If you speak English fluently, you can get the best articles. You can read the best books. A lot of things. You can travel. You can speak. You can understand about the culture. Man, English is simply amazing. You know that, and you know that's important. It's the most important language in terms of business. Oh, what about the Mandarin? Yeah, it is important too. But English is much important. Everyone in the world who wants to have a business, they have to speak English fluently. And nowadays, English and some other languages are basic. So you are here to learn English from the basics, and you can do that. Who is saying this to you is someone who has never lived abroad to study, to study and to learn English. I became fluent here in Brazil without living abroad. So it's possible for you. And I'm telling you, at my time, it was hard. I'm 48 years old. I didn't have a lot of resources as you guys have now in the palm of your hand, like cell phone, iPad, YouTube. You have access to things that we did not have in the past. I did not. So I'm telling you, it is possible. All you need to do is have the right orientation. But now, I'm going to go back to the alphabet. If you want to learn the alphabet by singing the song, fantastic, beautiful. If you don't want, no problem. As long as you memorize the sound. But Fabio, can you please tell me why I need to know also the sounds of the letters? The pronunciation of the letters? Yeah. Let's suppose they are going to travel to the States today. Like you are going to take my course, my pronunciation course, and as a bonus, it's just an example, okay? You are going to get a ticket to go to the States to spend 1 week in New York City. So you need to have a document. What's the document you need to have? A passport. Is that right? Yeah. In your passport, you're going to have your name there, your first name and last name. No, that's not really the order. It's your last name, because your family name, last name, family name, or surname is the most important one. So, for example, Fabio Alves. Let me tell you one thing. Do you know that Alves is not my family name? Yeah, my full name is Fabio Alves da Silva. So my family name is actually Silva. So in my passport, I'm going to have Silva Fabio, because your family name comes first. But Silva, I think it's kind of international name already, right? I think the Vanderlei da Silva, Anderson Silva, people, they pronounce in a different way, Silva, but it's not a problem. They understand. But what happens when you go through the immigration at the airport? So basically, people are gonna ask you to spell your last name. You're gonna check in at a hotel. So, an example. So I'm gonna arrive and they say, "Good morning, sir. Good morning. My name is Fabio Silva. My name is Fabio Silva. I have a reservation for 2 nights. How do you spell that, sir? Silva. They don't need to say, how do you spell your last name? When they say, how do you spell that, sir? You need to understand they are asking you to spell the last name, because this is the family name. So pay attention again. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I have a reservation. My name is Fabio Alves. How do you spell that, sir? Could you spell that, please? That's the way. Can you spell your last name? Sometimes they use that. And then I have to go Silva. I need to do this. I have a friend. Maybe one day I'm going to invite him to come here to have an interview, this kind of stuff. And he's from London. His name is Thomas Eldridge. Eldridge. Do you have an idea how his name is spelled like? You see it? So when he came to Brazil, people asked him, how do you spell your last name? How do you pronounce? Then he used to say that here in Salvador, people used to call him Eldson. Eldson! Easier, man. Eldridge, too difficult, too difficult. But I am showing you the importance of knowing the letters, of course. So my name, for example, as I-L-V-A. So you need. So for example, our first class, you're going to ask me about vocabulary. So for example, if you say how, let me ask one question, Fab. Yeah. How do you say this in English? I would say a mug. Okay, is this a mug? You might even get the sound, a mug. If you have good listening skills, you can even repeat the same way I said it. But my question is it easy for you to visualize this word, like to see it? No, you need to use your photograph memory, visual memory. So automatically you're going to say, I'm sorry, but how do you spell, if you get the sound, how do you spell mug? Or if you do not get the sound, you can substitute for the object pronoun it. How do you spell it, please? You're going to ask about the spelling. And I'm going to say M-U-G. M for mother, U for up, G for girl. You're going to need the alphabet. That's true. And then you can check again the pronunciation. How do you pronounce this word again? Mug. Do you know what I do with my students the first day of class? I always teach them some important questions to interact with me. When they don't know the vocabulary, they're going to go like, how do you say? How do you say? How do you say? All the time. Well, sometimes we have to make an exception. Especially if it's a real beginner, when they have lack of vocabulary, we have to help them. They can even ask in Portuguese. But they have a sequence like, how do you say this in English? Of course, if you have the object, you can point, you can show this. How do you say that in English? Whatever. But this is for close. That is for distance. Doesn't matter. People speak that way. Use that. The demonstrative pronoun. It's not grammatically speaking correct. But sometimes they point. It's very next to. And they say that. Okay. But technically speaking, you should say, how do you say this in English? Say microphone. You can use the abbreviation. Mic. Microphone. Then what would be your question? How do you spell it? But Fabio, it was very fast. Then I teach my student, can you speak slowly, please? This is one thing that I can also, I cannot understand. Because when someone sees, like a student sees someone speaking fast, and again, it's not fast. It's because you're not used to. You have to interact. You don't have to be desperate. Why are you going to say, oh my God, what am I going to say? Just ask them to speak slowly. That's it. You can interact and say, hey, can you speak slowly, please? Sorry, I don't understand you very well. If the person wants to make themselves understood, fine. They're going to speak slowly. If they don't want to, it was not important. Let it go. But you should know this question like a back of your hand. In English, you say like a back of your hand, not the palm of your hand. And pay attention again. I said, you should know the alphabet like a back of your hand. That's the expression. To know something like a back of your hand. It's not palm. How do you pronounce this? It's not palm. No, it's palm. The L is not pronounced. Now, in English, if you want to use this part of the hand, you can use like this. For example, I have you in the palm of my hand. So you have control over me. This is another expression, okay? So in English, if you know something very well, you should say, I know this like a back of my hand. This is the alphabet you should know. So you're going to go like, okay, you said microphone. How do you spell that again? M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E. Man, it's too fast. All right, that's the feeling. Can you speak slowly, please? And then I'm going to go like, M for mother. I for idea. C for cat. R for red. O for off. P for play, H for house, O for off, N for no, E for English. Then you're going to visualize the word. You're going to use a photograph memory. You need to see it. It's not only the listening, I would say, auditive memory. And then I said, M for mother. In English, you can say M for mother or M as in mother. Doesn't matter. M for mother or M as in mother. Mother is an example. You're always going to think of a word that starts with the letter you want to know. Like M for, help me out, please. God, I forgot that. M for, I don't know, my names, my. So whatever. So you understand. So you need to know the alphabet. But look, Fabio, do you have some techniques to help me to memorize the alphabet? Can I tell you that you know much more about the alphabet than you can possibly imagine? I'll give an example. Let's think of a word. The letter O and the letter K. You say this in Portuguese all the time. You say, okay. Of course, sometimes you use the Portuguese accent, okay. But in English, okay, okay, okay. Another example. You are going to a dance club, disco, whatever. And there will be someone there controlling the music. And they're controlling, the music is going to be playing there to people dance, this kind of stuff. What is the name of that guy who controls the music at like a place like this? There's a very famous guy here in Brazil, not even in Brazil, he is internationally known, is Alok. Saying Alok is what? A DJ. You say, this is English. What's DJ stand for, Fab? DJ, disc jockey. That's the abbreviation, okay? In English, you have a lot of abbreviations like USA, USA. It's the alphabet. UK, it's the alphabet. So you have a lot of abbreviation in English. Let's say mic is abbreviation of microphone. So in English, it's very common to deal with a lot of abbreviations. So be aware, because in English, in Portuguese, we can have a lot of words that you know already, the letters that you know how to pronounce, because they are part of our daily routine. Okay, DJ. Oh, Fabio, I paid attention and I saw it that you said stand for. What's stand for? Well, the expression stand for, you're going to use always when I have an abbreviation. So, for example, USA. So, okay, USA, everyone understands, but let's suppose they don't understand what USA stands for. So, can you tell me, please, what USA stands for? So, okay, USA stands for United States of America. So, every time you have an abbreviation in English, you're going to use the expression stand for. Okay, so I know that you know a lot of letters in English already. But let's go back to review. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, or Z. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like, your comment, and to hit the notification bell so that you can have more up-to-date. And do not forget to share it with your friends. That could be useful for them as well. Leave it in the comments what would you like to see next. See you next time.